Hello everyone, welcome back to Higher Max. As you can see from the title of the video, today we will be discussing Temptation Island South Africa episode 3. We're going to be discussing the bonfire, the dates, the drama, and did we see some strippers in the house? Before we get into all that and more, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the socials as you can see down here, and let's get into this video. So as the episode begins, we are brought back to the bonfire, and we had just seen Musa seeing Sfiso talking about the fact that he has a crush. And as I said previously, like, sir, you left your girlfriend 2.5 seconds ago, so this conversation about his crush, where is it coming from? Estelle then sees Justin's conversation about the fact that he feels as if she is not that vulnerable in their relationship, and she rolls her eyes. And did I not tell you guys that the producers were going to use that? I literally said last week, I was like, I know that the producers are going to probably talk about this. I didn't feel like he said it with any malice. I think that he was just discussing about the state of their relationship and the ways that they differ. So I was pretty neutral to that. Miss Ntabi had to see MJ feeding Butle, and please guys, this is why I'm saying I need to be a producer of one of these shows, because literally, was I not asking, why is this guy, why does he keep on feeding her? What is going on here? What is the meaning of this? And I knew that his girl was not going to like this, because at the end of the day, Ntabi has been very friendly with CJ, but standoffish in the sense that she doesn't want any lines to be blurred, nothing to be crossed, and for some reason MJ has been doing that a lot. Miss Precious handled it so much better than I thought. I was kind of nervous when Grant was going to be put on the screen. I wasn't too sure what they were going to use. I wasn't sure if they were going to use the scene when Eve was on top of him in the hot tub or what, but they ended up showing him and Coco in the hot tub, you know, getting close, etc. And I was nervous that, you know, because of the first episode, how she was very emotional, I was like, oh no, she's not gonna handle this. It's gonna be her being emotional for the rest of the season. But Miss Map said, you know what, maybe she needs to give Dane a bigger chance, a better chance to get to know her. And I think that's the right course of action, because obviously her man Grant is very immersed in the process, and she deserves to do that as well. So now we go to the guys' bonfire, and it makes me laugh. Like, Sfiso, I have to say, like, really has nerve. Like, first you're saying you have a crush, then you're upset that she knows someone who's Osa on a date, and then he's like, oh, like, it seems to really be pressing him, the fact that she chose someone from the same tribe as her. And you know what, he is fully embracing the process, as we see throughout the episode. So leave Miss Mam alone. You keep talking about all the reasons that you feel like you're not compatible. So I feel like, you know what, let Musa find someone who's going to, you know, give her all that and more. I mean, we're gonna realize, you know, Sabu is definitely not the one for that, but you know, there's nothing wrong with dipping your toe into the water. I feel like this is why, okay, the reason why I want Ntabi to bring up the pressure, bring up the fire, because MJ is so calm. MJ feels no type of way. He doesn't even feel like, oh, you know, something could be shaky or going on in my relationship. He was like, oh, I feel cool. Even when he sees the scene of Ntabi saying to CJ, oh, I feel like, you know, there could be something. You remind me of my boyfriend. Like, he just seems too chill about it. You can let me know down below. But I felt kind of touched that he doesn't even feel like he could potentially lose his girl. You know what I mean? He didn't even feel like there was no fire lit in him to try and keep her. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like he knows that he's got her in the bag. He has nothing to worry about. And as usual, Justin is seeing Estelle being one of the guys, taking shots on her type of man. Her type of man is someone who's unavailable. I don't know what that says for somebody who's in a relationship. It makes it a bit awkward, but he seems to know that, you know, the good thing about Estelle and Justin, they know each other. And he said, that's my girl, that's my woman, I know that that's her type, I know that's what she's interested in. I don't know what we're supposed to take from that, but at least we know they're coming from the same place. That means they understand each other, Shem. So Mr. Grant, explain to me why it's difficult for you to watch Precious, you know, holding hands with Dane, getting to know him better, when you literally are out here in hot tubs with Coco, you know what I mean, getting closer to her, doing the most. I'm just kind of confused. You can let me know if you disagree or you agree. Why was that difficult for him to watch? Because he's doing all that and so much more. The girls get home and they kiki about what they saw. Most of them are unhappy. Like Ntabi is unhappy about the soft lips comment that MJ made, which I agree. unnecessary. Like, please, at least one more episode before you start doing all that. And then Musa wasn't happy, which makes sense because her man says he has a crush on somebody else. The guys in their villa are also discussing how things went down. It's so funny. The difference is the girls all like, you know, are together, sitting, talking about what they saw, being upset. When the guys go back to the villa, not only they're discussing it, they all went to their little booth things. Like, Grant literally did a beeline to Coco, did not look left or right. He went straight to Coco to grab her, to tell him about, oh, I feel so sad, 2.5 seconds, and then, oh, can I ask you out on a date? And it was just interesting. And then this is the sequence that really showed me and made me question Sfiso even more. Because it literally looks like he's here for Hookup Island. Which I guess, I mean, it is in Love Island, so I guess it's Temptation Island. It's up to him to decide what he wants to make of this experience. He's first telling Dimple he does want to take her on another date. Then he's telling Precious, who he was getting close to. Is it Precious or Palesa? I forgot her name, but it starts with a P. And he's telling her, oh, I think it's too early for us to go on a date, whatever that means. I don't know what too early to go on a date is, because you go on a date to get to know each other better. Then he's telling, I didn't even know that him and Eve had something underground going on, but then he's telling Eve that he wants to take on a date. Like, so when are you meeting all these women and when are you like leading them on? I'm so confused about these timelines, but I'm guessing that they're just not counting that as part of the episodes that we're watching. We see a nice in-depth conversation between Angelique and Justin. Angelique doesn't want to feel like second best, which I feel like if you do go on Temptation Island, that is kind of where you are going to be at, because these people are in relationships with other people, unfortunately, and you are trying to convince them to leave those relationships. So in that sense, you are going to be second best. But they had a good conversation. I think Justin is really, really genuine. I could be wrong, but I feel like he has his heart in the right place, and he says he doesn't want to hurt anybody, and he just wants to make the right decision for him and, you know, him and Estelle. And he also doesn't want to hurt the other person in the equation, which is Angelique, who he decides to go on another date with. Now that evening, Svoo is doing a lot. You're making the girl uncomfortable. You're making the girlies feel uncomfortable. You're knocking on her door, like not giving her space. You're following her around. You're drunk. And you want to see her room, and she obviously doesn't want you in that space. So then why do you keep forcing? And then when she says no, then you're throwing a tantrum, like walking away, like you're upset with her. But why are you upset? And you know what? And then he does that thing with Precious, and he just makes an off-brand comment for no damn reason. And you know, there's nothing I hate more. There's nothing I hate more than like guys doing this. I'm an alpha male, I'm an alpha, like being hella aggressive, doing way too much, making people feel uncomfortable to the point that Dane has to literally go up to him and be like, chill out, like don't talk to her like that, don't come to anybody and talking like that. And even though he pulls Precious to the side, I'm really glad that Dane was watching the conversation and that Ntabi ended up coming and sitting down with her, because I just felt like it was too much. I didn't understand what he was trying to do in that moment. It was whatever he was trying to serve, it was not serving, and it like put me off of him. And I actually kind of wanted him to progress with Musa, but he kind of cut that cord off by acting that way. And also, can someone explain to me what Sbu means when he kept on saying, I've done better, I've done better, I've done better? Like, what have you done better? Like, what? If you mean that the show, so why are you here? If you're talking about the girls, then why don't you just look for girls somewhere else? Like, what does that comment mean? For the date, the guys went on a quad biking date in the middle of the Bundus, who even knows, and the dates went as follows. So Justin chose Angelique again, Grant chose Coco again, MJ chose Buntle again, and then obviously Sfiso decided to go with Eve, and he kept on going on about this connection he has, and if he can survive temptation with Eve, then he can survive anything. I was like, okay, damn, I didn't know that this connection really ran that deep, but apparently that's the test for him. Then the girls went wine tasting. I feel like I would have preferred to go on the quad bike date because it feels like a bit more interesting. Like I feel like I can do wine tasting anyways. So Precious chose Setu, which I didn't see where that was coming from. It was kind of awkward because during the date, you know, she was trying and interacting, but in the in the voiceovers, in the confessionals, she was all like, I wish I'd brought Dane, I wish I'd brought Dane. So I was like, damn, this guy is pouring his heart out to you. I didn't know that Precious was a savage. Like, okay, girl. As usual, Ntabi is shutting down these guys. She chose Brandon. And when they were discussing about when he was asking what's her ideal partner, she was like, I'm with my ideal partner. I'm like, we know, girl, we know you stand for Mr. MJ, but at least let us know you're looking for trust, you're looking for loyalty, you're looking for ambition. Just like let us know so we can get to know you better. Like, don't be so harsh. Just give the guy a chance. At least just like 2.5 seconds. I think some of the conversations that really stood out to me when Coco and Grant were obviously on their date, and he said that, you know, he wants to take things to the next step, and then Coco's asking like, would it be cheating or whatever? So I'm like, from what I can see, Grant is really gonna take this Coco thing seriously, and I think things are gonna get deeper, and then the bonfires are gonna get worse for Precious. Like, I'm actually nervous for her on that regard. MJ is busy asking Winkler, because MJ's saying he wants to leave with someone. That's what I'm gathering from that conversation. He says he wants to leave with someone, you know, and so he wants to know what Winkler feels like it's gonna be like on the outside world. And I agree with her. It's so early, you know. You're first getting to know each other. You don't even know if you're compatible in here in paradise on holiday. How will you figure out if you're compatible on the outside? I can even understand people. I understand when people leave Temptation Island and they're like, okay, we're just gonna continue seeing each other casually until we can date each other officially. So I felt like that was a lot of pressure for a second date to ask that question. I feel like it's a better question to have asked is, where do you see this going? But I don't think our golden type is gonna like the bonfire next week. So lastly, we go back to the villa, and the girls' villa things seem to start popping off. The guys have prepared a dance, and by the leader Muggs, you know, they're doing like a little magic mic thing going on there. I think the next episode things are about to get more rated R or whatever from what I could tell in that clip. So I'm a bit concerned for what the guys are gonna see next week, but you know what? Then Temptation Island, live and let live, okay? Let me know your thoughts down below about some of the things that happened in the episode, your thoughts about the couples and who you think are going to survive and not. I still think you know, actually do you remember before I used to say I think Precious and Grant are going to survive? I don't think they're going to survive either, mostly because of Grant. But you know what, Precious, you go get your man Dane, and I think that things might be looking up for you this season. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow the socials as you can see down below, and I'll be seeing you very, very soon with another video. Goodbye.